Hey Paula, it's Max Clausen, and I wanted to share with you a market analysis that I did just to update you on what's going on around Jackson Gap in the Talons Reach area. Um, Probably mainly I'm providing you this just to give you an example of what I would do for your brothers. So if you wanted to send me both of their contact information, I would just put together one of these videos and send it out to them to update them on what's available and invite them to give me a call if they're interested. So the first thing that I do is I pull up public records, and you can stop this video at any time to look more in depth if I'm going too quickly. I pull up public records and I come up with the square footage, and it gives me the details about the property. The beds, the baths, last time it sold, and it gives me square footage of the basement, how much of it is finished, all the details of the property. So from there, I go on to the computer MetroList system, and I pull up comps. And so for this example, I pulled up comps that were less than a mile away from your house on Jackson Gap, all of them being ranches and of a certain size. And so you can see the above ground square footage. Yours is saying it's 2,300 square feet approximately. So all of these are comparable size. And I went back 3 months, 90 days, to pull up the most accurate comps. So in that 90 days, there's been 2 that have sold, 1 that is active, and 1 that is currently under contract. So I take that data from the MLS and I put it into my own spreadsheet, and I break it down into the 3 categories: active, under contract, and sold. So this kind of gives me a better visualization as far as how yours compares. So on the one house that is currently active, and I'll go through that specific house in more detail, but it's very similar in the beds and baths, a little less in the baths, a little smaller by almost more than 300 square feet. The finish is also smaller. The overall total square footage is significantly smaller, smaller basement, smaller all around, and it also has some issues on the location, which I'll show you in a minute. But that one is currently being offered at $560. Smaller house with backing to a busy road, and I'll show you the details of that house as far as how well it's featured and the features and fixed up. The under contract house, and by the way, that house has been 18 days on the market, the active house, less than 3 weeks. This house has been 42 days on the market before it went under contract. We don't know what the contract price was, but being that long, more than a month on the market, is probably at or below this $555 asking price. Similar beds and baths, similar in size, above grade. It's a ranch. Similar finish square footage, a little bit less than yours, but only 150 square feet smaller. Very similar in total square footage, a little less than yours. And this breaks it down into the price per square foot, above grade, finish price per square foot, lot size. For whatever reason, I don't have lot size. It didn't show up in public records on your house, but I know the lot is pretty nice size, and it for a tract home. I know that you're feeling like it's a little bit tight because you want some acreage, but it is a pretty nice sized lot, the backyard, and it's useful, and it backs to that open area. And then if we look at the sold comps are really what appraisers and really what sets the value. So one of these is 4 beds, 4 baths. On average, they're close to yours, a little bit less. On average, they're very close in above grade square footage. On average, they're really close to the total square footage of yours. no, I'm sorry, finished square footage, and very close in total square footage. So very comparable homes. One of them is in Talon's Reach, like yours. One of them's in Heritage Eagle Bend, which is that 55 and older community that's close by. And so they were both about 3 weeks on the market before they sold. And anyway, this kind of just breaks it down to the solds, actives, and under contracts. So if I go back to the Metrolist system and I look at this Kellerman, this is the one that is under contract. I'm going to make myself laugh here pretty quick because Kellerman's is from Dirty Dancing. That's the place. Anyway, I hope you understand what I'm saying. Kellerman. This is the one that's active, and this is the one you can see this backing to the busy street, so it doesn't have nearly the location that yours does. And I guess I don't even know where that view is from because it's with a telephoto, and there's a street in between the backyard and the next house, so I'm not exactly sure, but it's a cherry-picked view. Pretty basic. You look right out the windows and you're seeing houses. Has that carpet, has surround sound, similar to yours as far as the size, but not the finishes. The kitchen, it's kind of like, I guess that was similar to what yours was before you did your refinish, maybe. 12-inch square tile on the floor, so pretty basic. The light oak. It does have kind of a quartz countertop. Looks pretty nice. So, really basic as far as the flooring, decent carpet, and it does look, aesthetically pleasing just because they chose some nice colors for the walls, but nothing too fancy, really. They just did a nice job painting. Again, the light oak, which is not people's first choice now. Really a basic 4-inch tile. They got a little bit fancy with rotating them 90 degrees or 45 degrees. Bunch of clothes. Pretty basic. So here's the basement, and the basement's probably going to be finished nicer than the upstairs because that's kind of the way people do it. If they're just finishing the basement and leaving the builder grade upstairs. So you look at the granite is nicer, and a backsplash is nicer, cabinets a little bit nicer, flooring nicer. And so the basement has a lot of can lighting in there, lots of lights. The basement has a better finish than the upstairs, even the basement bathroom. I don't know what in the world is going on there. If that is distorted because of the camera lens, if that's a fisheye lens and for whatever reason it's crunching that section, I don't know. Lots of can lights. Wow. So there's a hot water heater, instant hot water heater, and just a lot of stuff. It's kind of a weird picture. I guess you got a view of the finished part of the basement there. The garage has that tandem, one side that's tandem and one side that's not quite. So if you look at that, you couldn't even drive back there because there's the stairway. So it does have a big storage area, but I would guess that that's not officially a 3-car garage, even with that tandem aspect of it. There's the backyard, pretty similar to yours as far as your walk right out onto the ground level, which is very nice. But then here's the house, and you walk right out. There's a sidewalk, and then they've cropped out the big busy street right there. So it's on the end of a cul-de-sac, but there's a busy street in the backyard. So that's the one that's currently on the market. It's in Talon's Reach. It's being offered for $560. So if we go to the next one, this is the one that's under contract, and this is a builder. This is a brand new build, and that's the base price is $555. And so I would say on average, people are adding between 10 and 20% to at the design center when they go and upgrade their flooring and their kitchen cabinets and all of the lighting and whatever, is an additional 10 to 20%. So that'd be $55,000 to $100,000 above this price. So it's under contract. That's the base price for this particular floor plan, and we don't know what it's going to actually sell for until it actually closes, which is probably, well, since it's new build, I was going to say at the end of the month, but new builds can take a long time from dirt. This one is actually sold, so here's a pretty good comp here, right at the price that you guys bought yours for, at $595. You guys spent $590, and this sold at the end of the year, so right before 2018. And let's look at the indoor or the features and see how it compares to yours. Has a really nice exterior, has some hardwood floors in there, some nice paint. It looks pretty good. It's always challenging to figure out if this is the same floor plan as yours. Similar. Yeah, it has the stairs that go down kind of in that mid section, similar to yours. It's pretty close to yours. A nice granite countertops, backsplash. It has the darker cabinets, but they're definitely ash. It's not it's a basic wood, pretty entry-level wood. Just has a dark coffee kind of stain. Very similar to your house, except the garage is over here. So yeah, see, there's the garage door going out there, where yours garage is over in the main hallway there. Looks like you walk out of onto a deck. This is the master. Has nicely upgraded, I guess, and black instead of silver or gold. It's not quite that old. Nice travertine tile, 12 by 12. It has ceiling fans all over the place. This looks like a Corian type product. This is the secondary bathroom upstairs. Here's the office. This is the powder room, laundry room, big finished basement. It's pretty nice. Has the big bar with the dishwasher. Lots of plugs and speaker ports and stuff throughout. This could be maybe a theater room. No, I don't know. No, it doesn't really have a lot of outlets and stuff there. I don't know. Looks like a basement bedroom. Pretty nicely updated there. Here you walk out onto the deck, and you have views of roofs out the back, maybe. The backyard is actually pretty tight as far as the size. I thought I had an aerial view of that, but it's not huge. So that sold at $590, very similar to your house. And then let's look at the one in Heritage Eagle Bend. That's the other one that sold in the sixes for $650. It sold for $650, and it sold in 2 weeks. Now this one backs to the golf course, so there's definitely some value in that, and it's a pretty big yard. So let's see how it compares to yours as far as the finishes. Yeah, so that's the one. This one, it has a really nice location back into the golf course, but really pretty builder grade bland to me when I saw this. Kind of a light, I think it maple. It might be the ash, but it's not. These cabinets aren't anything to write home about. Looks like a granite countertop, but just acres of 12 by 12 tile. And the lighting isn't too spectacular. It has stainless appliances. Looks like it has a gas range. Lots of 12 by 12 tile. And they left that for the 32-inch TV. More 12 by 12 tile in the laundry room. Here's the office with really basic carpeting, pretty hideous furniture, the cabinets and stuff, and then the draperies. So it's dated. Lots of carpet here in this section. I guess it has the island of carpet in the living room, and then the floor traffic pattern in the kitchen has the 12 by 12 tile. It's kind of weird. You open up, there's the master from the dining room. So this is a big fisheye lens picture. Lots of furniture in this house. Here's the stairs going down. So some similar aspects to yours as far as the stairs. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff going on in that picture. Some funky stuff going on in the powder room, it looks like, or maybe the main level bathroom. I think that is a full bath for that guest bath in the main level. Master looking out into the dining room, and actually there's the fireplace and the TV area. Glass block, a little bit dated again, maybe old people. Yeah. I say that, and then there's the shower seat. Nice big closet. Some of this is the lens. It exaggerates stuff. And here it is back into the golf course. So definitely a nice location. But these are a little bit weird in that they're actually patio homes, and I don't think that you can even walk down to that level. I'm pretty positive there's not going to be any stairs, so you can't get to the backyard at all from the upper level, and I think you have a walkout in the basement, maybe. So here's the basement, finished a little bit better again from the upstairs, just because it's newer and it wasn't builder grade. Yeah, you have walkouts. You have a walkout, but you don't really have any yard per se that you can do anything with. Look at the quilts. And there's the view, so it's a really great view out of that, but again, you can't access any of it for the most part. So there you go. There's the comps for your house. Again, I mainly made this up so that I could show you a real quick example of something that I would send to your brothers to show them what the market is in their areas. I would say that you guys are probably a little bit above this, in the 650 range, with all of the nice things that you've added to the interior of the house. Plus, you have a useful yard that's easy to access. If you think about that yard in that went for the 650, it dogs can't. They'd have to. I don't even know how you'd handle a dog in that house. So a lot of people like dogs. And this 650 house would be pretty tough to have a dog. You couldn't, from the main level, get out. So I'm thinking you guys are in that in this range of 650. So anyway, if you have any questions, give me a call. I probably should come out and see what you have and see what you've done, just to see all the neatness that you've added to that house. And by all means, if you want to get me your brother's contact information, and actually both of your brothers, because you said the one was thinking about June, and June isn't very far away, to be honest. So anyway, hope everything's going good. Give me a call anytime. Thanks again.